Hello and welcome to today's Profit Prompts Playbook, where we're going to go through some prompts for course creation. So we're going to pop over to ChatGPT and have a look at some great prompts for creating an online course. And in my experience, the best thing to do here is to actually do shorter prompts and then cut and paste the responses into a document. So let's pop over to ChatGPT and have a look at what's possible when it comes to creating an online course, a curriculum with ChatGPT. So the first thing to consider is the size of the course. Okay, so I love to create courses that are short and to the point. Let's say 5 modules with 5 lessons in each module, rather than putting in a big prompt or a generic prompt, if you like, and getting really not such a good response. Okay, so for example, if we were to put in create a course on the topic of confidence on camera, let's say, so create an online course on the topic of confidence on camera. Okay, and you can pop that in and you can see that you get a great response from ChatGPT. So we haven't even asked for the number of modules here or indeed the number of lessons. So the challenge is then that we end up with a course that's actually pretty big, probably too much. It's great material to go through and have a look at. Of course, we never suggest that you copy and paste directly from ChatGPT, that you always tweak it and adjust it and include your own insights and everything else. So if we go back up here and we have a great course description and everything else. So what you can do is click on the little pencil there and actually change it. Okay, so we spelled the word topic wrong, but that doesn't matter. And we spelled online wrong, but that doesn't matter either once you're pretty close. So what I tend to do is put more detail into the prompt. So I put in with 5 modules and 5 lessons in each module. And then you can adjust that afterwards as well. Okay, so create an online course on the topic of confidence on camera with 5 modules and 5 lessons in each module. And then we just simply hit save and submit, and we now get a great new response. Okay, a great new response that we can work on. So we've now got 5 modules with 5 lessons in each module. So what I would suggest then is that you copy and paste that perhaps into a Word doc or into a Google Doc, and then you start to break down each lesson. Okay, so what you can do there is, for example, when you copy and paste this into the document, then you would actually ask ChatGPT for a lesson script for each of the bullet points. Or indeed, you could get a lesson script just for the lesson. It's totally up to you. You're going to get more detail if you actually break it down and get a lesson script per bullet point. Okay, so what I tend to do is extend this prompt even further. So with 5 modules, with 5 lessons in each module and 5 bullet points in each lesson. Okay, so that is what I'm doing here, is putting in more detail into the prompt to get an even better response. Okay, so we scroll back up here to the top and we see that we have a course title, Mastering Confidence on Camera, Module 1, Lesson 1, and 5 bullet points. Okay, 5 bullet points. And then you can ask for a lesson script for the lesson itself, making sure that you cover the bullet points, or if you want to be a little bit more comprehensive, you can actually ask for a lesson script for the bullet point. Okay, so give me a lesson script for, and then you put in the actual bullet point. And we've now got a lesson script for the bullet point. And you can do that for each bullet point. If you're doing a shorter course, you can actually just get a lesson script for the actual lesson. Just make sure that the bullet points are actually addressed, and make sure that they include the bullet points that you want to address from your own insights and experience. So again, we're not suggesting that it's a cut and paste exercise directly from ChatGPT. What we're suggesting is that you actually add your own insights, experience, your own story, your own examples as well, and to include those so that it's not just, as I say, a copy and paste exercise. Okay, so that is your curriculum then. You go down through it, you double check it, you want to make sure that it covers everything that you want to cover. And you rinse and repeat then a lesson script for each of the bullet points, or indeed each of the lessons. Now, another thing to address, perhaps more in your webinar, but also in your course, is, list 10 objections and you put in your target audience. So let's say this confidence on camera course is for busy entrepreneurs or busy business owners, or you could niche down a little bit further. So what I'm going to do is put in list 10 objections busy business owners would have about taking this course. Okay, list 10 objections. And we scroll down: lack of time, cost concerns, prioritizing other business needs. So some really, really great responses there, listing out objections that people might have, in other words, busy business owners might have about doing this particular course. So what's important then, particularly in your webinar and in the marketing material, is to address these objections. Okay, so you put in, please address these objections. Okay, and we get a great response. So if we go back up, and lack of time, emphasize the flexibility of the course, allowing participants to learn at their own pace and fit it into their busy schedule. Cost concerns, all these objections are now listed, okay? So another great prompt to go with your course, particularly on the sales page of your online course, is list 10 FAQs for this course. And remember that prompts are stitched, which means that every prompt you put in is related to the previous prompt, unless you actually clearly state ignore previous prompts. So it's important to appreciate that prompts are stitched. Okay, so we've now got 10 FAQs. Sometimes it will actually include the answers. So let's just regenerate response and see what happens. Okay, so sometimes I notice it did that for me and sometimes not. So list 10 FAQs. All you need to do there is put in including answers for this course, save and submit. So again, we're now getting great responses here on ChatGPT for these FAQs. So we've got questions and indeed answers, and these are typically great for putting on the sales page of your online course, address them in your webinar as well. So really, really good way to deal with any objections people might have when it comes to taking your online course. So we've got a curriculum, we're answering objections, we've got frequently asked questions. Another great prompt then to consider, and we will be covering these in more detail on Wednesday next, the 31st of May, at 10 a.m. UK time. Okay, 10 a.m. UK time, free masterclass, 60-minute masterclass. We will be going into course creation techniques with ChatGPT and going in depth into some exciting prompts that are going to help you with your online course, including creating slides with Midjourney and various other things as well. So that's on next week. I'll include details at the end of this live session. And thanks, Harvey, for your question there, or your comment, your lovely comment. So the next thing we're going to do is, let's say we're not really sure what we want to call this online course. We're kind of struggling with a cool, catchy name. So again, back to ChatGPT. You can hit on your Mac, you can hit Control twice, or on your PC, you can do Windows and H, and that will launch the dictation function on your computer, where you can just actually clearly state the prompt to ChatGPT. Okay, so we have dictation enabled here on the Mac, so we can actually type in or speak the prompt. And there's extensions as well, Chrome extensions as well, but I just use the native dictation. So if I hit Control twice, please give me 10 great titles for this online course. And what would you know, it didn't work for me. So usually does. So please give me 10 titles, and actually cool, catchy titles for this online course. Oh, I think it's because the microphone has actually been taken up by this live stream that the dictation isn't working. So please give me 10 cool, catchy titles for this course using alliteration and rhyme. Okay, that's going to make it even better. Okay, include alliteration and rhyme. Okay, so we hit enter or return. So we've got camera confidence crash course, mastering on camera mojo, flick the fear, flourish on film. Bit of a mouthful there. Rock the lens, the camera confidence code, and you can hit regenerate response if you don't like those, and it will give you new prompts. Okay, lights, camera, confidence, unleash your inner star. Okay, now just to extend that even further, you could put in including a subheading with, outlining one major benefit. Save and close. And spell alliteration properly, and away we go. So, camera confidence catalyst, mastering presence for profit, subheading, unlocking your camera potential for increased business success. Okay, so really, really powerful an extension of the prompt. Okay, and this is an example of some of the prompts that I've put together in what I call the Profit Prompts Playbook, specifically for course creation and curriculum creation. And it goes beyond just some of the prompts you might see, some of the generic prompts like create me an online course and you put in the topic. What I have researched, and I've been using ChatGPT pretty much on a daily basis since it came out in November, really testing what we can extract from it and to get the most out of it, and not to be putting in vague prompts that aren't really giving us those great responses. So what we're going through on Wednesday next at 10 a.m. for free is a masterclass, live and interactive, where we're going to go through further examples of great prompts that is going to really delve into how you can use them for creating great prompts and great course curriculums. So we've got titles here. We can save some of those. We can kind of brainstorm. We can sleep on it. We can come back to them. We can ask our audience. You can do it's a great way actually to raise awareness of your upcoming course, is to actually put these into a survey, email your audience and say, hey, I'm working on an online course that's coming out in a couple of weeks, and I'd love your opinion on the following 10 titles. And you give them an opportunity to vote. And you might even ask, why do they like it? To get an insight into your audience's thinking around your marketing and your messaging and your course titles. So it's a great way to promote your course without selling it initially, is to raise awareness that it's coming, and people love to share their opinion. They love to be involved, and you might even incentivize your audience to actually vote by saying, by the way, all entries will be entered into a draw, if you will, a competition to actually win the course. Okay, so great way to promote and incentivize people to take part in your straw poll, if you will, for a course that you have coming up. So now we've got a curriculum, we've got a cool title with subheadings, we've looked at frequently asked questions, we have looked at addressing objections, and another great prompt to consider for your online course is to use it for brainstorming, and you can use it in many different ways for brainstorming. One of the ways to use it for brainstorming, particularly when it comes to your online course, let's say you believe that your course is for busy business owners, but you're looking at going into other markets, you're looking at other niches, you're looking at other opportunities to sell your course essentially. So you might put in, for example, list 10 professions, and you could use industries as well. You list 10 professions that would benefit, or indeed love, would benefit and love this course. Okay, 10 professions. So you're going to actually go after new niches that you mightn't have thought of, and you can tweak the course accordingly. So for example, entrepreneurs, that's typically who I serve. Coaches and consultants as well, content creators as well. Sales and marketing is a new one I am looking into, particularly in corporate. Public speakers as well, teachers and educators for sure, professional trainers. Actors and performers perhaps is something I could look into. And then you could start to, tweak your message and your marketing to go after that niche. So actors and performers. So let's say media personalities, let's say. So television hosts, news anchors, and media personalities often need to convey messages effectively on camera. This course would help them. Okay, so media personalities. And you could simply say, tell me more about number 9. Tell me more about number 9. And it goes into detail about number 9. Okay, so another great prompt to consider is ask ChatGPT to include a numbered list. Okay, now typically it does. It's either bullet points or numbers. But if it doesn't, or you want to make sure that it does, just say at the end of your prompt, and output this in a numbered list. And the reason for that is you can be a lot more efficient then with your following prompts. As I just did there, all I had to do was tell me more about number 9, okay? And number 9 is media personalities, and that's what it did, media personalities. So it has given me a more detailed list of enhancing the benefits for this particular industry, okay? Enhancing credibility and professionalism, connecting with the audience, improving delivery. So you could now create a new course called Confidence on Camera for Media Personalities, and actually ask ChatGPT to help you create a more specific title, a catchy title for a course for media personalities. Okay. And without giving everything away, because there's a lot more we're going to cover next Wednesday, the 31st at 10 a.m. UK, you can register at johnnybyrne.com/live. I'm going to put details up at the end of this particular live stream, which will be over now in a couple of minutes. So we'll be going into more detail. So for example, we'll be looking at how you can use ChatGPT to create a great 5-day challenge to promote your course, how you can get it to write video scripts and promo scripts and Facebook ads for your online courses as well. But one final tip that I'll give you, without giving everything away this morning, and there'll be further live streams coming soon. In fact, I've just moved to using Ecamm on my Mac. I use vMix on my PC, and a really, really powerful way of jazzing up your live streams here. More about that coming soon as well. So the final one I'm going to leave you with this morning is using ChatGPT to create an acronym for a little system to go inside your course. Okay, so for example, create an acronym. Now let's say I want 5 or 10. Create 10 acronyms for this course. And acronyms are really, really powerful way to make the system that you teach, and it's good to have a system within your course to actually make it memorable for your students. So in other words, it's not just the name of the course and then you take them through a curriculum. What you're going to do is actually take them through a system. You're going to take them along a success path, as it's often called, where you're going to go through a number of steps, and we get a network error in the middle of a live. Okay, it's back. So one would be camera, a fairly obvious one. Confident approach to mastering excellent on-camera presence. Okay, well, CAME, and then, okay, it didn't. It's not always completely right. So confidence, creating outstanding narration for inspiring, and so you can start to see glow. So you're going to take them through a framework called Glow, and each of the steps. So, for example, create 10 acronyms for the steps within. One thing that I try to avoid doing is actually, and you see it in a lot of videos, is to say the word slowly as you're typing. So as you're typing, create 10, so I've tried to avoid that. So we've got a better prompt. Okay, so what I'm showing you here is not just how to use ChatGPT to create great course curriculum. What I'm showing you is the power of a better, more specific prompt. So we really need to use ChatGPT as if we are talking to somebody and we're giving them instructions. The clearer we are in the instructions that we give, then the better the response you're going to get from ChatGPT. Okay, if you give vague instructions to a child or a person at work or whatever it might be, chances are if the instructions are vague, you're not going to get back what you asked for. So what you want to do is be more specific, and that is very much the case when using ChatGPT. So for example, you could take people in your course through, in this example, your confidence model. And your confidence framework is you're going to take them through C, confronting camera anxiety. Now that's a bit big. You know, there's a lot of steps in that. Let's say go down to the next one. Present, okay, that's 7 steps. Shine, 5 is good. So let's say you've got the Shine framework for your confidence on camera course. Okay, the first step is self-reflection and awareness. Then you're going to take them through step H or part H, or the step harnessing confidence and charisma. Then I for improving body language and eye contact. N, you're going to take them through the technical, so you're going to navigate them through the technical challenges. And then E, you're going to elevate their vocal delivery and presence. Okay, and that is your Shine model. That's part of your confidence on camera course. And we've got some other ones there. Presence, Star, for example. So the first step is shattering camera anxiety. Then you're going to tap into your authenticity. Then you're going to show them how to amplify the vocal impact, which is important. And then you're going to help them refine their storytelling techniques. Okay, so within the course, you've got a framework. Okay, and it relates, of course, to the curriculum. Or you might just say in your webinar, you talk about your STAR process and you take them through that, and that relates to the curriculum of the course that you're selling. So I hope you found it useful to go through a couple of prompts that will help you improve and brainstorm the curriculum for your online course. As always, we never suggest that you just cut and paste. Please proofread, tweak. It might leave out stuff that you want to put in. But again, with your course design, it's important to keep it short and to the point and succinct. And that's why I like the 5-5-5 model that I use, which is 5 modules in your course. Each module has 5 lessons. Each lesson has 5 bullets. And within those bullet points, then you address them one by one. And within the bullet points, you might just have 3 simple steps to address the bullet point. And the videos are nice and short, and people are getting those small wins as they are working through the curriculum. So hope to see you next Wednesday, and I'm going to put the details up on the screen right now. Okay, so talk to you soon.